Hey guys, Ben with Swift English. So today we're going to take a quick look at a TOEFL speaking task 1 question. This is just a random question a student of mine got last night. So here the question's asking, do you agree with the following statement? You need a good teacher to gain knowledge or learn new skills. Okay, knowledge or skills. So here I decided to approach this by having disagree as my opinion, right? So when you guys want to come up with ideas, sometimes think about what's happening in the present moment. What's happening right now? Like what are the new trends, fads going on in the world or in your society? So when I think about this specific education topic and learning in general, I think about like the internet. I think about social media. I think about our smartphones. I think about like, what are we using to acquire, new pieces of information. So don't just think in a very narrow way, like, oh, books and stuff. Yeah, that's like the traditional form of learning. And that might help you come up with your reason or your opinions and all that stuff. But sometimes think a little bit outside of the box. Like in general, how are most people learning information these days, right now in the year 2024? And that'll help you generate some amazing ideas for your reasons, your examples, your supporting details. So here I have D for disagree. I have internet. So think nouns, right? So if you have teacher or instructor, what is the alternative to a teacher, to an instructor, to a professor, right? Well, think about like the internet. Think about like social media sites, YouTube, all these different ways. So internet. Now we want to go from general to specific here, right? Always. So you have your broad idea there. So internet, online courses. So here I'm using reductions, so I can write some of this stuff faster. You only get 15 seconds to prepare. It's nothing, right? So make use of the time. At least good use of the time. So here at this point, I took it even a step further. I have Udemy. You might write Skillshare or Coursera or whatever, Khan's Academy. So think about specific companies, right? Or these online sites and maybe write one of them, have a go-to option. That way, when you develop your reasons and you approach it with an example, it feels really concrete, pretty real, right? So right after that, I want to mention, a skill or some kind of knowledge I gained, I acquired from this online course. So I put like code, right? Now for the second one, this might happen to you, happens quite a bit. Don't panic. You might have something kind of closely related and it's absolutely fine, guys. It doesn't have to be like dramatically different. Like here you have to write books or something or magazines. No. Relax. So here I have social media. It's just a little bit different. And then here I have YouTube. So you could use TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever you want, guys. But YouTube was just something that's always on my mind. I watch YouTube a lot, 24/7. I'm creating content right now, obviously, for my YouTube channel. So just use whatever's comfortable for you, okay? Whatever like just pops up into your mind. Now you want to think about a common skill, or another common skill, because we already talked about coding here. So I put like something simple, like cooking, right? A lot of people like to cook by watching YouTube channels and these famous YouTube cooks and chefs on there. And then right after, I'm not done yet, maybe just write some kind of dish, okay? It could be anything. You can even write like a sandwich or something, like a peanut butter sandwich. But since I'm kind of talking about cooking here, I'm not sure you would consider, making a sandwich cooking. Kind of sounds weird. So here I have spaghetti. All right. Now, when you produce your response, I'm going to go over, some tips here related to it. Well, I definitely disagree with that. So this is just a very basic template. You could use this one if you want. You need a great teacher to gain knowledge or learn new skills. Okay, so there we go. So this is mostly from the prompt, the question, doesn't change much. Now we go into reason 1. So first of all, the internet, there we go, already does an amazing job at helping people learn new stuff. So I didn't want to say knowledge or skills again. It's better if you can avoid it and show off new vocab because that's part of your score. So here you could say like new stuff, new things, right? Be a little different every time. So use synonyms. Try your best to paraphrase as much as possible. Now here, hopefully if I can, I'll go into, a specific example. If you can't do that, you're gonna have to explain it with specific details. Sometimes it's tricky, but here I have a like, because it's a very casual word. You could use for example too, absolutely fine. Like this past year, use time phrases again to help you. This past year, I've been taking some online courses on coding from the online learning platform Udemy, and they've been really helpful for me because now I kind of explain why it's so useful, okay? And also think about like what is the advantage or benefit it has that a teacher or instructor doesn't. So because I can replay the lessons over and over again until I master the concepts. There you go. Now here, what you could sometimes do, instead of having like a result sentence like so, therefore, hence, da da da, and then you kind of mention what you kind of got from that, you could do that. It's very common. Sometimes it might be easier for you to come up with an additional detail by criticizing or attacking the opposite side, that opposite opinion. But whenever I try to take offline classes with an instructor at my local community college, and try your best, I know it's not easy guys, but try your best to be as specific as possible. Think about who, what, where, when, why, how, the 5W or 5 or 6WH questions. That'll help you a great deal here. So here I have like this kind of setting phrase, right? Community college, local university, something. I have a difficult time grasping the lessons. Well, there we go. So that's why I prefer, online classes. What's more, social media sites are a brilliant way to acquire new skills. So here I already talked about the internet, so I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. So I use just social media. It's closely related, not a big deal. Recently, so here I have another time phrase. I've been using YouTube to learn how to cook some random popular dishes. So I went a little bit specific this time. So I already mentioned social media sites or platforms. So you want to take it one step further. Always go from general, broad, vague to specific. That's the goal here. For example, just last night, another time phrase. They love to see this, guys, because it makes your response sound a little bit more authentic, a little bit more original and realistic. I learned how to cook spaghetti the right way by watching a fantastic clip from a famous cooking channel. And there you go. So by this time, 45 seconds is probably gonna elapse. I'm not gonna have some time for a conclusion. Like, that's my view. I could, if I did, I'd go for it, but this is just, a hypothetical scenario. And that's it. This is like an ideal response for this kind of question. Now, again, I wanted to touch on the ideas. So you could see here, I use internet and online courses. Then the second reason, I use social media and YouTube, right? But if those were difficult for you, maybe think about other ideas, like have these already ready to go, guys. So when you practice these random task 1 questions, if you do have a list of task 1 questions ready, that would be great. Think about your possible examples here or your possible reasons. So other ideas, related to this topic could be foreign language. Everybody's learning English or other popular languages like Spanish, Russian, French, Arabic, whatever. So think about foreign language, and a lot of you guys I know are working on your English for this exam or other reasons, right? Related to your career's education. So that could be a good one. You could easily learn that on Udemy, online, platforms, or even YouTube. It doesn't matter. Same thing with the rest of these. Photography, very famous skill. A lot of people are learning these days. Maybe you aren't, but other people are. A musical instrument, and be specific. When you do introduce that, kind of maybe mention a random instrument like the guitar, violin, piano, whatever you like, flute. Think about web development, creating new websites. So that could be a cool skill or a piece of knowledge to really use as a reason or example. Video editing, super popular. A lot of YouTubers, are pros at this. or even digital marketing, how to really, advertise and sell, new products, e-com, think about these stuff, e-products. So yeah, you might have some other ideas that are not listed here, and that's fine. But this is just to give you guys, more ideas. So I hope you did enjoy this. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.